If you're a fan of the cosier, more genteel side of gaming, have a penchant for idyllic English countrysides, cups of tea, and maybe unleashing your old inner granny with life lessons to share, then I've got a game for you. It's called Sips and Sonnets. It comes out tomorrow, and it's a fully voice-acted visual novel with some mini-games that run throughout it. It is one of the cosiest wraparound comfy jumper hugs that I've had in gaming for quite some time. And it's one of those games that percolates in your mind long after playing, because it tries to gently land lots of just general thoughts of life that come from people with life experience. And it's written in that way and kind of lands some soft emotional gut punches that kind of make you reevaluate what you're doing in life. In Sips and Sonnets, you play as Matilda Meadows, a elderly lady that still runs a gorgeous, quaint little tea shop in an English countryside. She only seems to get one customer a day. I'm not sure how she keeps the shop open in this economy. Cost of living, love, have you been in England? But that aside, she greets in each customer, and you will have several that you'll interact with across the game. They'll come through various different visits with different life problems, and Matilda will then offer her life experience and kind of views on the world to try and help them through it. You get to choose some of those answers as you go along, and invariably there will need to be a cup of tea made. She's got to keep her business going somehow. This is what brings in the main mini game, which is where you will select from a book different cups of tea or different types of tea and let it seep to certain strengths depending on the customer's need. And then hopefully you'll make the perfect tea for them and have selected the right flavour, or you could get it all horribly wrong. It's entirely up to you. And these, along with how you interact with the characters and the different selections you make as you go along, will determine which ending you get to the end. There is a more subtle thread that is running through this though, and this is around, as you reach the end of your life, you start to look back on all of the choices that you've made and wondering, if I'd had my time again, would I make the same choices? Would I commit to them? And this game, Sips and Sonnets, explores like people at crossroads in their lives deciding whether they want to stick or twist. And some of them are a bit more subtle than others, but Matilda's always kind of going back and being confronted with, did she do the right things in her life? She used to be a journalist. She always enjoyed poetry. There's a thread about the fact that she's got a friend from childhood that's coming to visit her soon, and that's the one that introduced her to tea, which is ultimately what's then gone full circle for this cute tea shop. And so all of these different decisions and interactions and the people you meet along the way shape and form your life decisions. And is that right? Did you make the right choices? Do you have any regrets? Did you not follow through in a passion project? Did you not give it your all? Did you leave competition or let competition get in the way of friendship and family? Or is actually the call to go and follow a passion more powerful than maybe settling down into the corporate world? All of these different things are kind of touched upon, as well as Matilda also having to deal with the fact that she's towards the end of her days and kind of embracing old age and trying to make the best of it. So she will struggle to get up and down the stairs. She will have some memory issues, and some of that will come out as through some of the choices that you make along the way, which will again also change some of the endings that you'll get. I won't spoil where all of this goes, because part of it will be down to your own individual choices and journey along the way, but it's really thoughtfully put together in a way that means that all of the different patrons that you meet along the way have their own mini endings, as well as Matilda having her own kind of general thoughts on, was she comfortable with the life that she led and the choices that she made. This is all done through a way that means that you can replay the game multiple times and explore different elements of Matilda's previous escapades. So whenever a patron comes to visit, there's like a knick-knack wall of all her different adventures, and you can't explore all of the different stories and adventures that she's had in one playthrough. So it warrants multiple playthroughs. That then kind of makes you want to start playing around with different choices, which then allows you to see the different endings as things go along. And I quite like the way how Sips and Sonnets blossoms out from that. At the end of each day in the game, you will also get to choose and write a poem that will be tailored to your choices and interactions, because you'll have met several people across a day, but you'll choose to write about one as part of your poem that you're writing for your friend Esme that's coming to visit. And so your own poem that gets crafted throughout the whole game becomes your own personal sonnet that you can then screen grab and use afterwards, and I thought that was quite cool. Now, whilst you can see the gorgeous visuals on the screen, what you're not able to hear very well, because I'm talking all over it like a naughty YouTuber, is the voice acting. And the voice acting talent on the whole is absolutely superb. Particularly, I want to shout out Bethan Dixon-Bate, who is the voice actor behind Matilda, the main character, because they've managed to nail the sympathetic and empathetic nature of having an elderly lady who is full of all kinds of weird and wonderful stories and is still in love with the world and not jaded. And it's that kind of warm comfort blanket of nostalgia that I have for when my nan used to be with us. And she would whip out all kinds of weird tales and go off on a tangent about absolutely nothing, but would be captivating in the process. And this is the kind of same thing here, except there are real adventurous stories to tell because Matilda's lived a colourful life. So without the voice acting talent to match the story writing, this game would be nowhere near as compelling and entertaining as it would do without the voice acting or with a very stilted delivery. This feels full of life and it's so much more of a better experience because of it. And so yeah, I wholeheartedly recommend Sips and Sonnets, particularly if you're of the emotional disposition as I am. And yeah, if you're looking for a succinct but impactful game that kind of lets you mull over different decisions you've made in your life long afterwards, Sips and Sonnets, give it a bash. It's out tomorrow.